Conspiracy Corners, the next stop on the Atheist Underground. Special guest Hemet Meta, our own meta-human, weighs in on the phenomenon a little bit, among other things. But we are living in the age of conspiracy theory all of a sudden. It's like this huge thing. I remember when I was growing up, conspiracy theory meant like two things. Either you didn't believe in the moon landing, or you didn't believe that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. Other than that, like, what was a different conspiracy theory? And now it's like, don't even get started on the Illuminati weirdness, but just like every little thing is a conspiracy theory, especially with Agent Orange in office and his nature of sort of just not being able to dismiss anything because there's no evidence. He just sort of says, meh, maybe. And right away people are like, oh, maybe it legitimizes it in a way that I had forgotten about because, I haven't been in 7th grade in a long time, but the intellect that it takes to simply accept that your president is telling you the truth and would never lie to you is that of a simpleton, of a school child, a naivete that no adult should possess anymore. So that's what's happening now. Everything that comes out of his mouth gives credence to some sort of little conspiracy theory. And in terms of the macro, then people who are really into it will take all those little conspiracy theories and pile them together into this one huge conspiracy theory. So that, like, I don't know if there's a brainchild in a room somewhere, like our buddy Balloon Animal Jason says on the podcast, pulling the levers and making his will reality or her will reality from a room somewhere, or whether it's actually a global effort by people who are on some kind of secret email thread where they all imagine every doctor in every country and every hospital everywhere complicit in a conspiracy theory involving the coronavirus. It's unthinkably impossible. And, the whole thing about conspiracy theories is if someone has one, they should just publish it and let it be peer reviewed. People can investigate these things and decide if it's bullshit or not. But the great thing about these is they're self-protecting because that person will simply say, oh, well, you can't. The evidence has been hidden. And there's no journalist anywhere who's either interested in the actual truth or hasn't already been compromised or hoodwinked. So they have a built-in system for how the conspiracy theory can never actually be debunked in their minds. But really, that's what should happen with everything else. And Grumpy Jim makes mention of it on the new podcast, Conspiracy Corners. If you got a conspiracy theory, lay it out for us. Show us the evidence and let it be dissected like any good, scientific theory is. And that'll be how it's judged. There's no other way to do it. Other than that, to simply to believe stuff without evidence is the realm of religious folk and people who choose to believe willingly somehow that the old mythologies are still true. So if you're willing to accept that, the whole Judeo-Christian myth arc from Genesis on through Revelation, if you're willing to accept any of that as reality, then you're willing to believe anything, quite clearly. And, here we are living through an age where there was a guy willing to take advantage of that tendency in the undereducated and sometimes the educated. We're not immune to the phenomenon either. And again, Hemet Meta talks a little bit about that and a lot of other things. We lost James Randi a few weeks back, great influencer on the movement. And we meet a random writer who came out of religion kind of the hard way by reading the Bible himself after the fact and deciding, whoa, that's some bullshit right there. So check it out and don't believe everything that you hear just because someone you like told you. That's just stupid. Don't be stupid. We got enough stupid. Stupid.